Hey, guess who? It's Robbie Susan Chandler, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming at you from Quincy, Florida, right outside Tallahassee, Florida. I hold classes in my home. If you're in the area, I'd love for you to come over and attend one of my classes. I hold classes about every 2 weeks on Sunday, Mondays, and Thursdays. And on Thursdays, I have an evening class for people who aren't retired and still have to work. So just come join me and we'll have some fun. So today I want to share this card with you, made with the Everyday Happiness Designer Series paper. Now this card has a little flap on the front that's held down by these little flowers, and it flips up, and there's our sentiment. So see, it's basically a card base, some designer paper, and then this flip part. It's really easy to put together, so let's start putting it together. Let's see what we need. Alright, our base is Pretty Peacock, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And on top of that, we have here a piece of this designer series paper. Now let me share that paper with you. It's called Everyday Happiness. You see that? And what's unique about this, it's really in our scrapbook paper because it comes with 3 designs. These 3 right here. And you get 4 sheets of each design, which is good for me in my classes because then I don't have to buy so many packs of paper. So this is the one I used on the front, and the flowers that I cut out are on the back. We used this side of this one, and this is what the other side looks like. And then I used that side of this piece, and this is what the other side looks like. Now the nice thing about this pack too, it comes with a sticker set. And these stickers all come in this pack. Let me pull it down so you can see all of them. So it's a very, very nice pack, especially if you're a scrapbooker, but even these would be beautiful on cards. Alright, so that's where this piece came from, and I just adhered these 2 together. And then our little piece that goes down the middle is another piece of Pretty Peacock, and it's 8 1/2 by 3, scored at 4 1/4, and you just fold it in half. And that piece is going to go right here on top of that. In fact, you know me, I already have that put together here. So now let's talk about the other piece that goes right here on top. It's a piece of Lost Lagoon, and this is 2 3/4 by 4. And I cut it with the spring, let me show you this one, the spring corner dies. It's this set of dies, and it's this little daisy looking die, and you just lay it on there and cut it right out. I really like this because it gives a really pretty corner. So then after I cut it out, and this die set has, let me open it up so if I can find something for you. This die set has some nice corner dies in it, like this one, and then it's got all of these other extras. This knife doesn't go there. Okay. Let's see, it has some really pretty corner sets, and the stamp set has a balloon stamp in it, so you would cut that out with that one. So that's our spring corner dies, And then I took that piece and I embossed it with the Distress Tile embossing folder and got this look. Isn't that pretty? Now let me talk to you about this folder for just a second, because I got a comment from someone who was having trouble running this through. You have to have what's called our gray specialty plate to do this. But you use our regular base, our regular platform underneath, and then you put this down with your cardstock in it, and then you have to use that gray plate. Now if you don't have the gray plate, you can use a clear plate, but you're going to have to keep putting pieces of cardboard under it until you get it tight enough to run through. So our specialty gray plate is something you need to look at, and I'll put a link to it down below in case you don't have that, but that will make life much easier for you. Alright, so I have this piece embossed, and then I cut, I glued them all down, I cut 2 1/2 by 2 1/2 piece of this paper right here. This one with the little stars. This piece, and I glued it underneath there to give that kind of gold look through there. And here's one I've already done. See, I glued it down here. And let me give you a little tip. When you're gluing this, put your glue on the back of this piece, not on this piece, because if you put it all over this piece, it might show through there, and you don't want that. So that piece is going to go down right here on the front. So here we have that. And then our inside piece, let me find that, here we go. It's 4 by 2 3/4. And it's that watercolor piece, and all of my cards end up looking a little different. Like this one has more gold. It just depends upon which part of the paper you end up using. Excuse me. And I stamped my sentiment with Pretty Peacock. And I used, the one I'm going to do today, I used the Wishing You a Beautiful Birthday. But in class, I used this one from Mixed Labels called Just a Note to Let You Know You're on My Mind. So that was this one. But today I'm going to use this one. Now the little flower is from the Spring Corners. It's from the Spring Corners die set, stamp set right there. Alright, so here we have our inside, our front. Now what are we going to do to it? We're going to, as we say, gussy it up a little bit. So I have added some little jewels here. And they're the gold textured adhesive back dots. And I decided to put them at the points of the flowers. And then I added these brush butterflies there to let them fly around above the flower. Now down here we need to put our little, what I call our stopper. So I took a scrap of this and cut out 2 of the flowers like this. And then I cut a leaf. This leaf came from the Delightful Wishes dies. So I just glued this one on here and glued that behind there. Made my little grouping there. And then I put a dimensional on the back and just placed it down here at the bottom. And that holds that down like that. So there you go. You have our card, our whole card here. So I hope you like this card. It's easy to make. I think you'll like this scrapbook paper, because that's what I call it, because it's, you know, it's really designed for scrapbooking since it has the extra pages. And if you have a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Please like my video and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, happy crafting.